Hey up everybody, welcome back to the Audio Cycling YouTube channel, where today I'm going to be taking a look at the VELOGAMES Tirreno Adriatico. I have been waiting for this start list to be complete, but honestly it's still not complete, and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the Sunday. The race starts tomorrow and I can't be bothered waiting anymore, so I'm just going to do the video with a semi-complete start list and looking at people who have been added to the start list but haven't been added to the VELOGAMES yet. I've decided that they're not overly important, and if you guys are interested, just put it in the comments and I will answer the questions there. But Jonas Vingegaard at 28 credits, dare I say he's not worth it? When you think about it, there are 2 mountain stages in here which he'll be competitive on. I think it's like stages 5 and 6. And if he wins both of those, he gets 300 points. So there's like another hard stage on stage 2 or 3, which will likely end in some sort of sprint. And I just don't think Jonas is that kind of rider to be sprinting for that kind of top placings. So he needs to really do a good TT as well, which he likely will do. But with such big TT talent here, I don't think he'll be like, coming inside the top 5. So I don't really know about Jonas, because I think he might get somewhere near 750 points, but I'm not sure if that's worth it for 28 credits. But is he going to win this race? Yes, probably. Almost certainly. So you can pick him for that reason, but if you want to, I don't think the absolute best team will contain Jonas, is my personal opinion. But I think that he is absolutely the safest choice to be going with. Ayuso, I think, is good. No reasons to not pick Ayuso. He's been in fantastic form in the Faune d'Lome, the Faune Ardèche. He was good in that 1 TT in the Ruta del Sol. He's got a decent time trial. So therefore, I think that Juan Ayuso, good pick. Why not? Dani Martinez, absolutely the same. He's got a decent sprint too. In fact, both of them have a decent sprint, which means that on that one stage, if I were to take you to that profile on stage 3, this slightly uphill finish is very Dani Martinez. It's very Ayuso. It's going to get rid of the pure sprinters and open up, some punchers to do well here. And I do think that Ayuso and Martinez have some very good sprints. So I like both of these riders. I don't think any of the pure climbers are worth it. To be honest with you, you need to be picking riders who can do more than just the 2 mountain stages. So Hindley and Massa are an absolute no-go. Bardet's a no-go. Uijtdebroeks is a no-go. Carapaz is a no-go. I just think that even if they're not going to win because Vingegaard's there, and I don't know, I just don't think that the climbers are really particularly worth it this year, especially since Hindley and Mass don't have a massively great reputation of doing great in stage races this early on in the season. Maybe they finish 7th or 6th or 5th, but that's not really worthwhile. I think there's just riders who are cheaper who will score you better. Pidcock might be one of those riders. Is he going to get dropped on the mountains? Yeah, I reckon he probably will do, but he was good at Stadi. He'll be good on that stage 3, and, his TT is okay, it's passable. But, is Pidcock worth it? I'd arguably say that he isn't, but I think that of the 16 credit riders, he's the best one. 14 credit riders, I think Healy's good. He was alright at Stadi. I think he was just working too much. I think O'Connor's good after UAE Philipsen is a weird one. He wasn't great at opening weekend, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. Like, he wasn't even in that second group sprinting, I don't think. So there's just a little bit of something holding me back from picking Philipsen, even though he did do good in this race. And also, bear in mind with the sprinters, they have 3 opportunities, let's say. Stages 2, 4, even though it does look quite hard, I'd still say stage 4. And the last stage, stage 7. So if a sprinter wins every one of those, they get 450 points, plus the end of tour points, that's 510. And I'm just not sure if that's worth it, to be honest. Maybe it's worth it if they're 12 credits like Merlier. I think Merlier is good. But somebody who's like Philipsen, I'm just not overly sure, given that he wasn't there in Kerner. I just don't have good feelings about him. 12 credit riders, Alaphilippe and Carapaz, probably not. Ewan, why not? I think he's decent. Hershey, probably I wouldn't go near, considering that they have Ayuso and Del Toro. I just think that Hershey is going to be a domestique. And Merlier is pretty much the fastest sprinter in the world right now, so therefore he's pretty safe to be going with. Teo is an interesting one. Is it better to go with a sprinter like Merlier and get probably somewhere between 400 to 500 points? Or is it better to go with Teo and try and get those GC points, the end of tour points, and however he does on the mountain stages? I think it's very close. I think you could go either. I'd say that Teo or Merlier are my favourite 12 credits. 10 credit riders, Arensman's a great time trialist. Whether he'll be the leader in whether he'll be doing good in GC, I don't know. Considering that he wasn't in Algarve. They've got Pidcock here as well. So I'm just not overly certain about Arensman, but I do think he'll do a good time trial, so maybe he can still remain in the top 10 by the end of the race. Bajoli, no. Bauhaus usually picks up a stage win at Tirreno, rather oddly. So he's quite good at 10. Cavendish, after he did rubbish in UAE Tour scoring 0 points, no, I'm not going near that again. Del Toro, I think is good, exciting. He did a good TT in Algarve. I expect he'll do a good one here again. So therefore, if you can get somebody who's a good time trialist, but can also climb quite well, they'll get GC points from the stage 1 almost through quite a lot of the race. Probably up until stage 5. So you get 4 stages of GC points, which is quite big. So somebody like Del Toro's good. Ganna's good, even if he hasn't looked great so far this year. Binny's, again, pretty decent sprinter, so I've got no problems with that. Gregoire probably doesn't have that many stages which suit him, so probably not. Kemner was great in this race last year. He was also pretty decent at Stadi, but they do have Hindley and Danny Martinez here, so I'm not sure how much freedom he's going to get. Christoph is here, but they also have Cern Valenschold, so I don't know who they're going to be sprinting for. I'm hoping it's Valenschold. Milan's really good at 10. He's probably the best sprinter in the 10 credit category. I think that's a really good price for him. And other than that, you could go Volta, I suppose, but there is Jonas here. But you will get the assist points in there as well. Max Poole, again, another top 10 candidate for GC. And that's about it for my favourite 10 credit riders. My 8 credit riders that I like include Dainese, pretty consistent sprinter. Formolo, who was good in Stadi. Woon Hederhots for the TT, likely top 10, and then carrying those daily GC points through to stage 4. Leknesund for a very similar reason, but he's a slightly better climber. There's also Sheffield. You have to, and I say this with absolute certainty, you have to pick Magnus Sheffield. You have to. Because he could, in all honesty, win that opening TT, and I don't see him getting dropped on this stage 3. I think that considering how he was going at Stadi, I think he will survive that, and I therefore think he could get a stage win and then hold 4 stages of GC points, which gets you another 100, so that's 250. And you know what? Maybe he could hang on for a top 20 in GC or a top 25. I don't really know, but I think Sheffield's really good value, so I think you need to be picking him. Schoins, I like because he was very good at Stadi and I picked him, so well done all of us who did that. But how many stages suit him in this race? Not too many, especially since they've got Teo here and a sprinter in Milan, so I think he'll just be domestiquing. Taberi's cool, even if he does kill cats. He's a cool pick in the sense that he's a decent time trialist and climbs quite well, so therefore not too many problems there. And then Van Uden's good, great sprinter, why not? You know, it's just the lottery of the sprint. You just don't know if he's going to finish outside the top 10 in every single one or where he's going to come top 3 in every single one. It's just complete luck, to be honest with you. I just think at 8 credits, he's worth it. He's worth the risk. Vauquelin, I like for a top 10 in the TT, plus probably finishing top 15 in GC, because he is looking in good form so far this year. Remember, he beat Pedersen in the Etoile de Bessèges TT, so I think that's good. Vernon sprinting for Israel, I like that. Valenschold, I really like, because if he's sprinting, that's one good thing, so that's 3 stages, but he has done very good time trials in the past. So if he comes top 10 in the TT, that's an extra big tick in the box for him. So I really like Valenschold too. Zana was great in Stadi, but his TT will let him down, obviously. 6 credit riders, I'm looking at really TT guys. I'm looking at Asgreen, I'm looking at Bettiol, I'm looking at Bjerg. I'm looking at Bjerg especially, considering how he went in UAE Tour. These guys, you know, they should come top 10 in the TT. Maybe Bettiol or Bjerg comes top 5, like Asgreen as well. And therefore they carry the points through. And Bjerg probably gets assist points on Ayuso as well. So I think that's pretty decent to be going with either one of those guys. Everyone else, I don't really like too much. Actually, Lenardi's good. Good sprinter for Polti Kometa. You could go for Malaysia, banking on him doing a good TT, but he didn't do one in UE Tour. He came 20th, so therefore probably not. Van Baal could do a good time trial as well. But other than that, I don't know, Venturini maybe as a very outside pick for a sprinter. And then for credit riders, you've got, again, look at guys for TTs or assist points. So maybe Craddock, maybe Germani. Maybe you go for the Alpecin guys for assist points on Philipsen. Maybe you go for Michael Vink for the assist points on Ayuso and just UAE on the whole. And that's about it in the 4 credit bracket. Just look for assist points more than likely. I don't think many of them are. I mean, some of them might get in the breakaway, but I don't know which ones those would be. This is my team at the moment. I've got, Ayuso, Martinez, and Del Toro in here as the GC guys. I've got sprinters in Merlier, Milan, Van Uden, and Van Aanscholt. And then I've got Sheffield and Bjerg in here just filling out for the TT, because I think that realistically you could get Sheffield comes top 10 in the TT, maybe Van Aanscholt, maybe Bjerg, maybe Del Toro and Ayuso. So I'm going with a strong start in the TT and then people getting assist points and then just holding on for a pretty decent GC finish. That's my thinking. Anyway, I am tempted to maybe not go with Merlier and go with Teo, but I need to do a bit of maths to figure out which way round it is. And maybe also not go with Del Toro if he's just going to be a domestique and go with a different 10 credit rider like Max Poole possibly for a more secure top 10 because he'll be leading that team. But that's about it, to be honest with you. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section down below. Are you going to go with Jonas or not? He is a very safe pick. He will get you good points, but is he going to be in the best team? I'm just not sure. But I want to hear what you have to say about it in the comment section. I'll be very intrigued to hear your opinions because after all, you are all VELOGAMES players and you know what's going on. So all that is left to say is to stay safe out there and I will see you in the next video. Salut!